up? Welcome back to another episode on Laughs and Troubles.
Hey guys.
Today we are celebrating El Día de los Muertos.
The Day of the Dead.
So I pretty much did something very simple. I used stickers. I cheated this time. I was like, I don't feel like doing a whole look. You know, I am like, oh yeah, stickers are coming off because of makeup, the powder.
Oh, but it still looks awesome. I myself would have used stickers had I had the chance to go to the store and get it. But instead I used old Halloween makeup and did this real quick.
Yeah. But it looks good though. And it's so funny because I did that same look on my daughter. I want to say about, it's been a few years back. Maybe like 10 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, because the video I saw on YouTube was like from 9 years ago.
Really? Mm-hmm. So yeah, I probably did it about.
I was just scrolling quick. I was like, yeah, perfect, that one.
That's so funny. See, the taste runs in the family.
Yes.
So I wanted to do like this cute hair piece that goes in my hair because my hair is looking crazy right now. Okay, I didn't curl it, I didn't do nothing to it, and it's just flat. And so I was like, I need a headband, I need something, but. You know, I didn't have the time to put it together, so.
I got this blingy headband courtesy of my mom, Ida.
It looks cute. I like it. It's adorable. It's so cute. So, the Menendez Brothers.
I heard.
They have to go through a resentencing. The DA is the one who recommended it, and it's so that they can pretty much be resentenced, and this time be sentenced for murder. Rather than, life without parole, to change it up for them. And that way they are approved for parole immediately.
Yes.
Which is amazing.
They could just be walking out that day.
Yeah. So the family's hoping that they're out for Thanksgiving.
Can you imagine the wives that, like, really haven't lived with them? Like, this is a new relationship all over.
Yeah, but it's scary because it's a relationship they've had behind bars, not living together, just like Gypsy and Ryan. So it's like, are they going to still be together? Is that thing they have going to still be there when, they're not stuck behind the four walls or whatever you want to call it? Because the women are free. They're out here. They're doing their thing.
I'm sure they're so happy that they're finally going to be able to be free with their husbands, but it's going to be a learning curve for sure.
Oh my God, yeah. And I read, I don't know if I read wrong, but Eric Menendez has a daughter.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So I was just like, what? So they
could it have been his biological daughter, or maybe it was his wife's daughter, and then when he married her, it just became his daughter?
Could be.
We gotta look into that.
Or
if you know,
I just know that the wife he has, she was before, like when she started going to see him at jail, she was married to someone else.
Yeah.
And she started going to visit him and stuff, and she developed feelings for him, and eventually she like divorced her husband.
Because of Eric?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
To be with Eric.
Wow.
Which is crazy.
These women, they just be throwing at themselves at men behind bars.
Yeah, it's crazy. And the fact that they get married, like, I don't know. I feel like the marriages in jail shouldn't count as a marriage. Like, it should be like if they got married at a chapel or something.
I mean, it's still a marriage because... Like,
I know, but I feel like they're not living together. You know, when you get married, your life is starting together. You're,
Yeah.
Doing all the stuff a married people would do. Even people that aren't married do it. But what I'm saying is, it's like she's over there, you're over here. You guys are married, but it's not like you guys are living almost like a long distance relationship, but you see each other just once in a while. I mean, unless they had conjugal visits. Then.
Well, here it says that he has a son named Eric Menendez Jr.
So they had conjugal visits.
His son's mother is Tammy Pardo, but I don't know if that's his wife's name.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. Either they had the conjugal visits.
Oh, it is.
Or he gave his sperm up and was like, here. Take it to the docs.
I need to know. We got to look into this.
Yeah, I seen that and I was like, wait, he has a daughter? I heard about the daughter, but I didn't hear about a son.
I wonder how old he is.
What about Lyle? Does he have kids?
You need to look that up because I'm on Eric right now.
All right, so we did some research for you guys. So according to Google, Lyle Menendez, he has a son named Lyle Menendez Jr., who was born in 2005, and his mother's name is Anna Erickson, who was a former pen pal and longtime supporter of Lyle. The two were married in 2003, but their relationship faced challenges due to the prison restrictions.
And Eric has a son named Eric Menendez Jr., born in 2010. His son's mother is Tammy Pardo, who has been a constant presence in Eric's life, visiting him regularly. I looked up if that was the same Tammy, because it says he has a wife, and her name is Tammy Menendez. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if it's the same person, because this one says Tammy Ruth Sackelman.
It is the same person.
But this one says Tammy Pardo.
Oh.
Huh.
Interesting.
But they both have kids.
Yeah, that's so cool, because I didn't think that they would have had kids. So that means they had some conjugal visits, unless
I'm assuming
they gave up their sperm and was like,
artificial insemination.
Yeah.
I guess we'll never know. I'm sure you could look it up and see how.
Maybe, or that's a question to ask them when they come out. But how cool if the family gets to have them home for the holidays, Thanksgiving. They'll be having their first Thanksgiving out.
Get to see your dad not like with something in between you guys. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. When they visit where they're at that correctional facility, can they just be in the same room, or is there like a window? Is there bars or glass?
From what they were saying, they can like see each other and stuff, but they can't be making out and stuff like that, but they can hold hands.
But I meant like if they brought the kids, can the kids touch and hug their dad?
Yeah, okay. I believe so, which is crazy because I always thought that people that were on death row or whatever, not death row, but they couldn't get visits.
Right.
But they're not in death row. They were just doing life in prison. Right. So that's why. So if you're in death row, you don't get any visits at all.
Right.
So, I mean, congratulations to them. I didn't know that they were even dads.
It's crazy to think that their lives can be turned around in a month.
Yeah.
They could be out and about with their family.
You know, thanks to those that, like, spoke up. Because had they never spoken up, they would have stayed behind bars.
Right.
I know that we talked about Liam Payne last episode, but I want to touch base on that again because, like I was telling you guys before, I watch a podcast called Law and Crime, and in that podcast they were talking about how his death is being investigated. So I just thought it was funny because even I said that it needed to be investigated, like, because I thought it was funny. Like, I feel like he wouldn't have done that himself.
You feel like it's suspicious?
It was very suspicious. Like, going back to, Diddy, because, okay, first of all, in Liam Payne's room, they found pink cocaine. And so that just brought me to Diddy. And speaking of Diddy, have you heard about, like, the phone call between him and his sons?
I heard there was a phone call, but I didn't hear the actual phone call.
So in this phone call, Diddy is talking to his son. I'm not sure which son it is, but he tells his son, I need you to get rid of the pizza boxes. I need to throw the pizza boxes. Yeah, get rid of the pizza boxes, throw them out, and recycle the plastic. So they're using these code words, and I don't know. I found that funny, and like people have been decoding it or trying to decode it. We don't know if it's true because these are people on TikTok, but they're saying that pizza boxes is a code name for children.
That's creepy. Like, if it is a code word for children, where are these children that you need to get rid of?
In the tunnels. I don't know.
That's creepy. Yeah. Are they even alive? Are they wrapped in plastic?
Right.
Like, now I'm sketched out.
Wrapped in plastic, recycle the plastic. Like, I don't know. It's crazy. I
Could they have... Oh, God. My mind went somewhere else.
Like, it's so weird. There's just so much going on that I wouldn't put it past it now. Like, the thoughts that you would think of, like, the worst. And so that alone was fishy to me. And just hearing that, I was like, I feel like he's in there, but he has people outside still doing shit for him.
Oh, yeah.
So that brings me back to Liam. I feel like they found the pink cocaine. And it's so weird how that was left there. Like, was that a symbol? Is that, like, something, like, someone left because it's, like, connected? I don't know. I mean, obviously, he was in a whole other country. But it's, like, could he have brought that with him? Did somebody bring it? Did he have connections out in Argentina? Like, I don't know. Money talks. Bullshit walks. Money talks. Bullshit walks. And...
And there's been so many exposures of people nowadays that somebody can't just simply die and commit suicide. It's like, we need to investigate.
Yes.
Because the world is so corrupt.
Yes.
There's been so many lies, so many scandals that it's not like, before. Because now we're woke and we know what's going on. So it's not just, 100%. He committed suicide. Now it's like, but did he?
100%.
But did he?
I agree. So on that podcast that I watched, they were talking about, they brought in like another like medical examiner to talk about like the results of his autopsy. And in the autopsy, supposedly it says that he had suffered 25 injuries. So, the medical examiner was like, wow, 25. He goes, I can easily say, a fall that high, you're going to have a lot of injuries, from broken bones to internal bleeding, your skull, like all that stuff. You know what I mean? But he goes, well, if it's under investigation and his body is still there, they still haven't sent him back yet. So that means that they're still investigating his body. They're still doing a lot of investigation. So most likely, like this medical examiner said, they found something else.
Yeah.
That's not related to his fall.
So a super thorough autopsy, like they're crossing all their T's and dotting all their I's.
Like, because he was like, because if they were to find bruises, for instance, because he, on his face or whatever, he didn't fall forward when he fell. He landed on his back.
So it could look like foul play.
Yeah. So, I mean, they were like, even if he was scratched, stabbed, anything like that they find, because, they check everything.
I'm sure they're going to check all the hotel surveillance, all the cameras,
everything,
to make sure that somebody was not in his room.
It was not in his room. The person could have like paid off the people in the front
workers
to say, you never saw me.
Oh,
delete the stuff on the camera. Like it's just crazy. But now, if they could have done that at the hotel, but the thing is, now they got to go into cameras everywhere else, the surrounding areas, to see if maybe someone was following him, someone was outside the hotel when he was out with the people.
Somebody ran out in a back alley.
Yeah. It's, I don't know, it's so crazy. And then on top of that, Diddy's boys were at some party recently and got into an argument with Ray J. And Chris Brown separated it, and if it wasn't for him, they would have gotten into it.
I wonder what that argument was about.
Their dad. I ain't stupid. It's about their dad.
Selena Gomez was at this speech, and it was, something important. And the person's name was Diddy, and she ended up saying Diddy, and she's like, I'm not Diddy.
I didn't see that.
No, it was funny. It was funny. She had this well-thought, educated speech, and she was talking so poetically, and then she's like, Diddy. That was funny.
So, I want to get into the politics shit that's going on right now. I'm not a person... Okay, not the politics. I want to get into the whole Donald Trump rally. I usually don't get into politics. I will not talk about politics because I am neither Republican nor Democrat.
Same. I'm independent.
Same. And I just feel like when time comes for, a presidential pick or whatever, you go with who you feel is best. Like, I don't like the whole Democrats and Republicans because I feel like it's a separation, and it's almost like, oh, you're either on the white people's side or you're on the black and brown side, so in another sense.
The division.
The division. It's so divided. The world gets so divided during the presidential stuff, and I hate it. I can't even wait till it's over.
Soon, next week.
I cannot wait. I don't know. What I want to talk about is like the Puerto Rico thing. So,
being that we are Puerto Rican, so it's an issue that we want to address.
Exactly. I had to bring it up. So, Tony Hinchcliffe is the comedian's name who was at this rally. And, he decided that he was going to take his dark humor and use it at this rally. And, of course, he started talking about Latinos. He started talking about Puerto Rican. He talked about Puerto Rico. And... I want to say bad move. It was like the wrong place and the wrong motherfucking time.
It was an epic fail.
Yes, he set himself up for failure. Okay. One thing that he said was how Latins love to have babies and how they can't pull out. and that they always come in just like they did, you know, they always come inside just like we did to their country.
Yeah.
Which is fucked up, because if you go back in time, this country wasn't even yours. Mm-hmm. This country was the Native Americans, biatch. Mm-hmm. Okay?
The thing is, he's known for roasting, and I don't know if these people, like, look at what he's going to present or perform on that day. Because if you knew that...
No, they don't.
That's terrible.
You just invite that person and they do something for... Right. So, technically... You know, these rallies always have comedians. They always have performers or whatever. Mm-hmm. And when you're a comedian, you're supposed to, like, you go to these rallies, you're supposed to, your comedy is supposed to be about the other candidate.
Right. And a little, like, light humor.
Yeah, but you're not going to talk about the people.
Right.
Okay? Because it's, you set yourself up, bro. And what pisses me off is that Trump had an interview after all this, and he's talking about, oh, I didn't even see it. I don't even know who he is, and I don't know. Like, you just.
I think he was trying to say that he was trying to say that he didn't hire him. It might have been somebody in his team. Like, he wasn't expecting that.
I know, but at the end of the day, you were there at your rally, mm-hmm. so you've seen it.
And it wasn't even Latinos. He talked about hanging out with his black friend, and instead of carving pumpkins, they carved a watermelon. That's a black joke, saying black people love watermelon.
Yeah, but that's fine.
No, yeah, he went a little too aggressive on the Latinos.
I feel like the Latinos was a little bit much, because I feel like the watermelon thing, it was like a ha-ha, you know, whatever. But the Latinos, that was fucked up. Then when he talked about Puerto Rico, how we're a fucking, what was it again? A pile of trash?
Floating island of garbage.
Yeah, floating island of garbage.
Do you know why he said that?
Why?
This, to him, if he was going to deliver a joke, he should have followed it with, look it up, or something like that. There is a huge garbage problem in Puerto Rico.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, exactly.
So I'm learning something new.
Okay, so that's what he meant, but he didn't explain. It just made it seem like a floating island of garbage people. So
he worded it very wrong.
He did. And so what's going on is there's a limited landfill space, no recycling programs, high consumption, tourism, weak waste management. So what they're saying is their landfills are full, that there is like 3 million, I think it's 3.2 million people that live there, and they get 3.7 million, pounds of garbage. And so what they're concerned about is air quality issues, ecosystem disruption, soil contamination, water pollution. So if you look it up, there is a huge waste problem because the island is so small and there's a lot going on. It's a beautiful island. A lot of people want to go visit. All these trash places are full. What do? So he could have made a joke about it.
Not to mention all the Americans that go out there to build tourists. Stuff and build shit there. Mm-hmm. So they've taken a lot of places that they could have used.
And this problem has been a problem for decades. It's just getting worse. Mm-hmm. So had he said a floating island of garbage, he could have been like, no, not the people. I love them. I vacation there. But look it up. They have a huge waste management problem. He didn't. Mm-hmm. He left it at that. Mm-hmm. And he left everybody feeling like, oh, shit, you just called me and my people garbage. So it's like, it did not deliver well. You know what I mean?
100%. Now, I didn't know that whole background thing. So, I'm a little understanding, but still, I feel like his wording was wrong, period. Mm-hmm. When you are a comedian, you should always have something to back yourself up because you know how things are now. Mm-hmm. It's fine to make... here's the thing.
You get canceled in this day and
age. At
a
rally, I just felt it was not the time and place for that. If you wanted to throw jabs at Biden, throw jabs at Kamala, do it. But the people... You should have left that out of your stand up, because stand up at a rally is way different than a stand up at your show.
Right.
Because at your show you could have said that and people would have just laughed at it eventually.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And you win hard because there's a huge problem with immigrants, Latin immigrants coming into this country. Yeah. When he said, "Where are all my Latinos at?" and the crowd started cheering, he said, "See, the borders are still open." Yeah. So you're talking.
I didn't watch the whole thing.
I did because I couldn't believe it. Everybody was fired up. I'm like, what? Who would say that and why? And then
I watched little bits and pieces of it. Yeah, I just felt like he he definitely just...
It backfired.
It backfired, and he went over that line.
And then now everybody's mixing it up. They're like, oh, Trump said that, or Trump told him to say that, or Trump's a racist. That's why he has racist people.
The reason why people think that Trump is racist is because they're not saying that he said it. They're just saying he had a racist person there to say things that he wouldn't say. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's what I mean.
I feel like he was there, and I feel like if that was a little bit much, he could have had someone stop it.
I thought the same thing.
At the end of the day,
as soon as he said that, I would have had somebody go out there.
If I was someone running for president, I'd be like, get him off the fucking stage. Right. Tell him to.
I agree.
Because that's wrong. That's it. Get him off.
It's like, was he there? Was he in the background? Could he hear? Like, I want to know the details.
Well, he had to be around. It's his rally. Right. There's no way you're gonna have a rally and not be there.
I 100% agree. I would have marched on stage and I would have like, whoa, we love the Latino community. Yeah. And there's a lot of like Pennsylvania. A lot of Hispanics, New York. Like, you don't know who they were voting for. They might have changed their mind.
Let me tell you, these Puerto Ricans out there took a right turn to the Democratic side now to go vote.
Left. Democrats are left.
Are they?
Republicans are right.
They took a left turn to the Democratic side because that right there, that's unforgivable for them just because there was no explanation afterwards. And even if he was to come out with an apology, I feel like it's not. No. That shit made national world TV. And you know what?
Your performance was trash. How about that? Your performance was garbage.
I want to take a moment to like show appreciation for all the countries out there, all the different types of nationalities out there, because the day after, on Instagram, on Threads, on Twitter,
they were supporting us.
They were all Puerto Rican. They said, I am Nigerian, but today I'm Puerto Rican.
Yeah,
I am with it was so beautiful. It was the
touching.
Most beautiful thing to see, the support that Puerto Rico gets.
Yep.
Oh my God, that was so beautiful.
Puerto Rico is beautiful. The people are beautiful. Yes. The island is beautiful. The culture is beautiful. The food is amazing.
And when you look up a perfect human being, tell me what you find on Google, baby. Tell me what they tell you it is on Google.
Now that we're talking about political and division, right? Because you and I feel like if somebody is supporting one person and somebody's supporting the other person, we stay out of it. That's your 100%, choice. 100%. Yeah. We respect your choice. We respect your reasonings. We respect your reasonings. Not one president is going to be 100% perfect. No. You know what I mean?
Ever.
So this lady, she comes in. She's an older lady. I want to say she's between 65 and 70. Okay. So she comes in. And she has a dog named Molly. And she comes in and she tells the groomer, hi, so-and-so. I want you to refer to Molly as Kamali because I want everybody to know who I'm voting for this election. And so the groomer kind of chuckled. And she said, well, what's funny? Who are you voting for? And she said, well, this is a place of business and we're not allowed to talk politics. So, I'm just going to... She just kept being persistent. She was like, freedom of speech. Well, who are you voting for? Finally, the groomer was like, well, I'm voting for Trump. And she's like, you're a woman hater. Like, hold on. It gets worse.
Okay.
How could you vote for him? And then the owner was there and she's like, whoa. Stop this conversation right now. We are here to deliver a service. We are not here to talk about politics. And then she goes, oh, I'm sorry, but who the F are you? She was like, who the F are you to try to silence me? It's freedom of speech. Oh. And Courtney's like, I'm the owner of this small business and you can get the F out if you're going to disrespect me like that. So the lady goes out.
Oh, my God.
And one of my coworkers, she has short hair. And, she looks kind of like she could go either way. Like she could be a young girl or a young boy. But she, who I'm talking about, right? So she goes, how can you work with all those degenerates or disgraceful people? And she's like, what's going on? Because she was just out in the parking lot. She said, young man, people like you are going to be sent to concentration camps. And she was like, well, I'm a young lady. She was like, well, who's your partner? She's like, that's none of your business. But she was like, it's disgraceful. And Angie's like, well, don't come back. Oh, I said her name anyways. She's like, don't come back. And she says, well, I don't plan on coming back. I'm not going to have anybody that supports Trump groom my dog. Oh. And that was that. I couldn't even believe that there was an argument in a small business and it got so heated because somebody doesn't agree with another person's political views.
Yeah.
We're not like that.
That is why I don't like this season, this time of like
people lose
politics and the presidential stuff. I hate it. I really hate it. I can't wait till it's over, honestly. I do feel bad. Oh, I don't feel bad but it's sad that kind of threw off something like that, like people's point of view and people's like now their choice because of a fuck up like that. Yeah. Because 100%, you guys have to understand, this world, well, not the world, this country that we live in is populated the most by Puerto Ricans. Okay, we're everywhere. And, you know, the island has a lot of them, but there's a lot more out here. I'm talking about millions of us that now are going the other way. So, I mean, I feel like at this point, you guys better pray, because...
And this client-groomer relationship's been going on for 10 years. She absolutely adores her groomer, and the groomer adores the pet. And now that relationship is done.
Wow.
Just like that.
Over what division. Democratic, what party you're with.
Right.
Yeah, see, I can't. We've been seeing this for years going on, so we're like, we're not doing that.
We don't get mixed up in that for sure.
We don't. I actually like the way we deal with it. If we don't go based on what party they are on, we go with what we think is going to be the best for us, for our children. Because honestly, everyone, when they go into this thing, they think about themselves, but they don't think about our children, because our children are the ones we have to think about when we're voting. You know, you have to think about their future, you know? But yeah, it was definitely not a good thing.
It's a sensitive subject, people.
Very sensitive. And us Puerto Ricans, our island, don't talk about that shit.
Keep my island's name out your motherfucking mouth.
That's right. And the thing is that Puerto Ricans do not settle, and they don't take shit from nobody. Look at the island. When they didn't want that governor, they got him the fuck out. They got him the fuck out.
The one that was hiding all their supplies that were sent to them from the United States, from Trump's administration. That was hidden. Yeah.
So they got rid of him. Like, they don't stand just letting shit happen. Like, here in the United States, we just deal with it. They don't.
No, they force you to get the F out.
Yeah. He had to leave. He had to take flight out the fuck out of Puerto Rico.
The streets were filled with people. Yeah.
He couldn't even drive off. Like, it was crazy. I just feel like when you're going to talk about another country, because, you know, at the end of the day, they're not a state either. They're still a Commonwealth. And
they're a Commonwealth, but they went to war and sent 48,000 of their soldiers to defend America.
Out of all the people, they sent the most. Front of the line soldiers back in the day, guess who they were? Puerto Ricans. So, yeah, I feel like you really have to think about what you're going to say these days and always have an explanation, like you said. Because had he explained that, I think it would have been a little more forgiving.
Because people took it and ran with it, simply thinking they don't know that there's a garbage or a trash problem in Puerto Rico. And all they thought was, wow, this racist person called Latinos in Puerto Rico garbage.
And not only that, we're hot-headed.
Yeah.
Puerto Ricans are hot-headed.
Yeah.
After you said, no, you said it.
You're done. You're done.
That's it.
Cancel.
That's it.
Cancela. Cancélalo.
Cancela. Pa fuera. Chacal, get them. My stickers are falling off, guys, from laughing. But yeah, I'm going to get off that topic because, you know, like I said, we don't care too much to talk about it. We discussed it. We're moving on. So another topic that I want to bring up is, so I don't know if you've seen her videos, but Jaguar, right? She's been talking for a while about like everything that goes on in Hollywood, and she's like always speaking about she has spoken about Diddy, she has spoken about Diddy parties, she has spoken about a lot of shit, but people just thought that she was just like a person who was like a conspiracy theorist type of person. But she was talking about Bruno Mars, and she was talking about how why in the world would the industry partner him up with Anderson .Paak? Oh. No, Anderson .Paak. Because you know how he stopped being Bruno and then he became Silk Sonic. So she was saying, because Anderson .Paak, she said, is the biggest cokehead you could fucking think of.
And Bruno has had issues with drugs in the past.
That's what she brought up. She says, knowing this kid was a recovering addict who actually made it out, you're going to sit there and you're going to partner him up with the biggest cokehead in the industry. I was like, oh.
Tell him how you really feel.
Yeah, she was pissed. She was like that, here, Bruno's going to go to record and do other shit, and he's going to be sitting there taking hits in front of him. No shame, no care. You know, she was like, what do you think is going to happen now with Bruno?
I hope not. He is a force to be reckoned
with.
That kid is an so amazing talent.
But yeah, she was talking about that, and I was just like, oh my God. I'm like, I didn't even know that about Anderson .Paak.
No, I don't.
Like, I know he's an amazing drummer and everything like that, but I didn't know that that he was like a cokehead. And so they're saying that he was forced. They forced him to work with him. And she compared it pretty much to Diddy. She's like, that's almost like putting Diddy and oh my God, what's his name?
Bieber?
No, Diddy and
Usher?
No. Oh, R. Kelly. Oh my God, how could I forget? That's like putting Diddy and R. Kelly in the same room together.
Oh man, they'd have some plots, them two.
So I was just like, wow. I'm like, I didn't even think about that. But speaking of Bruno, he came out with a new song with Rosé from Blackpink. Okay. And I love the song.
I'm going to listen to it when we leave.
I love it. I've been having it on repeat for the past few days. And my daughter will come in and she just laughs at me. She's like, because it's like her type of music. So, like, it's called APT, the song. And, like, there's, like, a little part that's like, ah-pa-ta-pa-te, ah-pa-ta-pa-te, in the song. And she's like, and I start singing through the whole house. I'm like, don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now?
I think I heard it.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So he be singing. I be having that shit on repeat. My stickers are gonna be off by the time I'm done with this episode. Like I can feel this one touching my lip.
It's hanging out for dear life. Like
it's tickling my lip. But yeah, that's to me, it's crazy how like this woman has like, I don't know, aired out a lot of shit that she knows. So another thing that she talked about was Beyonce and her daughter Blue Ivy. She was just like, so here's the thing. She's like, Jay-Z got caught cheating on her before her pregnancy, right? Before her pregnancy announcement and how
her stomach looked like it was deflated. Like when she sat down, it looked like.
So going backstory is what happened is she said his mistress was killed. And she was sent to be killed by Beyonce herself. So they're
thinking that Blue Ivy is the mistress.
And supposedly the mistress was pregnant. So after she had that baby, they killed her. And supposedly that Beyonce took that baby as her own. Because that baby looked just like Jay-Z.
I heard the same.
And they're saying that she wore that belly. And it was a fake belly the whole time. Because when she went on a talk show, when she sat down, it was completely flat.
Yeah, it kind of deflated like as
And a lot of people saw that video.
Yeah.
That clip.
I've seen it.
It's crazy. I was just like, oh my God. I'm like, is that scandalous. Fucking for real? And she's been talking a lot about the girl that was his mistress. I forget her name.
Yeah.
But she's talked about her a lot. She's like, tell the people, Jay-Z. And the thing is that it's like, she talked all this shit and no one has sued her because obviously she's speaking facts. Because if it wasn't real, then she would have been sued by now.
She's brave.
She's very brave. Because she talks about everybody and everything that's going on.
She's messing with supposedly the Illuminati. Yeah. You know?
The Illuminati, the yeah.
So, since we are dressed up as El Día de los Muertos or celebrating, I figured I would talk about a few facts.
Okay.
Because it is a huge Mexican holiday in other Latin countries.
Yeah.
It's celebrated on November 1st and 2nd. They say it's bigger than Christmas.
Yes. So I want to say that I think it's such a beautiful, beautiful tradition. I love it. I love the concept of it. There's some people that don't know about it much, and they kind of like
attribute it to spooky, to Halloween, to bad stuff.
Or like trying to summon something,
No, what they do is they decorate skulls beautifully because they know that their loved one is deceased. They do it in honor of them. They have the ofrenda, which is the offering, which is like a shrine. On that shrine, they put like pictures of their loved one. They put their favorite foods, dead marigold flowers, because it's supposed to like bring the spirit or bring their soul. They say that, if people are sad and they're crying over their departure, it's like they're insulting the spirit or the holy or their soul. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was thinking about somebody that I miss that has passed away, and that was my next door neighbor who I called Grandpa. And he was the only grandpa that I really knew. My mom's father passed away before I was born, and our grandfather passed away when we were really young. Yeah. Well, Grandpa Joe, he would take care of us like we were his grandchildren. He would always stop by the house. If we were sick, there was ginger ale, there was medicine. If he seen us outside, there was M&M's, Lifesavers. He would let us go in the house and pick our favorite seltzer water.
Or snack.
My childhood was so wonderful, and he was part of that, and I love and miss him.
Oh, I forgot all about him. That's because, years go by and you just don't talk about it. You're not in that area no more. And not just him, but his wife was amazing.
Peggy. Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
I mean, she was always more like of a homebody, and she was always sweet. Like, you could come in her house and she's happy to see you.
She had her nails did.
Oh, she was cute. Yeah, she was cute.
She was so cute.
But it was funny because the other day, it was like September 20th, I was thinking about him. He was just real, real heavy on my mind. And I'm like, you know what? I wonder when he passed away and where he's buried. And I looked him up, and he had passed away like the next day. I think it was like the 21st or something. Oh, wow. But it was weird that I had that connection. And even though I wasn't able to tell him, I often speak to him and tell him, you were so wonderful to us. Yeah.
That's so sweet. So, yeah, I wanted to... my only person that I would dedicate this to would be my brother and my aunt Milagro. I miss her so much. Like, we were talking about her today, and just like, she died from cancer, and it's tough, I feel, to lose someone when you see them slowly
declining.
Yeah, where they go from like this normal to like this
vibrant, healthy person.
Yeah, and there is like a walking corpse kind of with just like skin. Like, I don't know, it's weird to explain, but like we miss her so much. She made holidays fun. Like, even the summers, like I was so used to her coming all the time.
I miss her her spiciness.
Me too. Her
she was
voice,
funny,
her laugh. Like, I don't know. I miss her so much. She was always here at my mom's house, and when she went, things changed drastically in the family. I feel like everybody just is more apart. She was the one that was like, come on, let's go here. Come on.
Family,
because she'd be like, come on, let's go to this so-and-so's house. Come on, let's go. And everybody went. And then my brother, because he didn't get a chance to, like, he was so young.
To fulfill his life.
Yeah. To change it around.
But we're not going to be sad because we're celebrating El Dia de los Muertos.
Yes,
and we honor you. We respect you. We miss you. We love you. And we're happy to be talking about your memory.
100%. 100%. Just the, like, thought of, like, how they celebrate. It just makes me want to celebrate it like that every year. Yeah, because...
Me too.
I don't know. I always loved to hear about El Dia de los Muertos. I've always been like fascinated about like that stuff, and like Halloween. A lot of people, oh no, that's the devil's birthday, or you're just celebrating it, but
it's not.
Hallows Eve is the day before Dia de los Muertos,
right?
The Day of the Dead. So it's Hallows Eve is the day before the Day of the Dead, and a lot of people are just like, oh, it's like, I don't care about the rituals.
It's their religion, so we have to respect that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And fun fact. Creepy fact, there's some places in Mexico that actually exhume the bones and they wash them out of respect for the deceased. Yeah. I thought that was a little extreme. We're not going to do that.
No, I'm all set.
But I've had this conversation with my husband before. I said, if I pass away, I don't even want to wake I don't even want you to spend money and waste money and people to view me just laying there with my papa like this.
Oh my God.
Because I feel like I want a celebration of life party. Mm-hmm. Like when I pass away, have my immediate family say goodbye, cremate my body, have a celebration of life party. Mm-hmm. You know, have people gather together, talk about funny stories or how they met me or some of my favorite foods. So in a way, that's kind of like...
But what about, like, the people that didn't get to see you in a while and they wanted to see you?
Show them a picture. They don't got to see me laying there with my lips glued and my eyes sewn. No. No. You celebrate me at my party.
Your eyes don't get sewn.
Well, your lips do. Okay.
It's like a glue.
And then I want to do something creepy. I want somebody to take my phone and at the end of the night tell everybody, thanks for coming. I enjoyed Well, I just shit the bed. Thanks for coming. We had an awesome night.
Oh my God, you're so stupid.
Remember that. You have that on video in case I pass away and somebody wants to have a procession and a funeral. No. No.
Nope.
Give that money to my kids.
That's true. It is very costly. You know, speaking of like funerals and stuff, I just learned that supposedly, because there's another podcast I watch and the girls are amazing. Chins and Giggles. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, I love their podcast. Mm-hmm. And they had their brother on a podcast and he does like party planning and he does like, you know, the extravagant, beautiful parties. Mm-hmm. And he said that he was talking to a funeral director or not a funeral director, but mortician and stuff like that. And I guess they were talking about that you don't have to get the casket from them. You can go to Costco and purchase a casket.
You can rent a casket instead of buying one, especially if you're going to get cremated. You can just rent it for the...
Yeah, we did that for my brother for the wake. And then... Mm-hmm. But I just don't like how they cremate people because you're like you're literally in a box.
It's okay. I'm dead. I don't feel it.
It's like a shoe
box. But I don't want nobody to keep my ashes. Don't separate my ashes. Don't put them in a necklace and wear it around. Keep all my ashes together. And I want you to plant a tree in my memory and put my ashes into the soil. That's what I want.
I love the tree.
That's what I want.
I love that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, this just got a little bit morbid.
I don't like talking about that stuff. We have a long ways for that. So we're not going to talk about that. But yeah, you guys, I think I'm going to wrap the show up here.
Bueno, el show se acabó. Gracias por venir.
I'm gonna wrap up the podcast here because it's getting a little dark. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We are pretty much melting. She's melting and I'm peeling. So that means it's time to go. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and come support and hang out with us girls every week because we are faithful. Also, happy November because you guys see this episode on Friday, November 1st.
Your birthday month.
It's my birthday month.
Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving.
Whatever is the turkey.
Comete pavo.
I remember when your mom would do that shit and you would get so pissed off. She kept asking you and you're like, oh my God, yes! But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you're listening, hit that, I don't know if you like, but rate it. And I will see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.